And this video will give you an astrology forecast for the new moon cycle starting on Monday, February 23rd and lasting until March 23rd. You may know that currently Mercury is in retrograde and the Sun is in Pisces. On Monday morning, the new moon will take place in Pisces, and the first 3 days, being the 23rd, 24th, 25th, we will have a Pisces and stellium, meaning there are 3 planets in that sign, and that includes the Sun, Moon, and Mercury. Pisces is represented by 2 fish, so you could imagine that it is connected to the water element. And water has very thin boundaries. Imagine pouring water into a glass with some different sized rocks in there. Well, that water would get in every nook and cranny. And what that means energetically for us is that intuition, sensitivity, and compassion will be heightened because you really have a lack of boundaries with other people's energy. Now, with that, during Mercury retrograde, which is a time that bridges between 2 different people or 2 different entities are really challenged, like communication, the one we're most familiar with, having this Pisces stellium and Mercury retrograde means that you're going to want to find trance-like states to escape from the harshness of reality. That could be meditation, prayer, sleep. It could also be alcohol or drugs. So with this going on, I just challenge you to be healthy, to try to practice a meditation or prayer, something that gives you that escapism without the physical consequences of it. Pisces is not the only stellium we have. We have a Capricorn stellium as well with Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Jupiter and Saturn are social planets. So this does not affect our immediate inner core so much as the energy exchange we have with other people. Capricorn is an introverted sign. It is self-reliant, it's mature, responsible. So all of this is to say, people might not be feeling all that sociable right now. You're probably more concerned with yourself than anybody else, despite how it may seem in terms of thinking about other people. Just because you're thinking about your love for someone doesn't mean you're actually thinking about their well-being and what will best serve them. You're thinking about, you receiving that love and how it feels for you. So this Capricorn stellium will last almost the full moon cycle. Mars and Jupiter are in Capricorn the full cycle, and then Saturn shifts to Aquarius on the 21st. So we'll talk about the end of the moon cycle, which is definitely something to look forward to. So we have that Pisces stellium at the beginning. We have a Capricorn stellium in our social planets, almost the full moon cycle. One thing that happens during Mercury retrograde that maybe we don't think about that much is that even though at the start of the moon cycle, Mercury is in Pisces, as it appears to move backwards through the sky, it actually moves back a sign and into Aquarius. So on March 4th, Mercury will enter Aquarius. That's the same day that Venus enters Taurus. Venus relates to our heart chakra and how we experience love, passion, pleasure. Taurus is also connected to our heart chakra, but also the earth element, which is anything dense, real, and that we can touch or feel. So what this means is that love will need a tactile dimension for you during this time. I want to say, and I said this last moon cycle, this is not a time for relationship healing. I promise it's coming next moon cycle. We'll dive right into it. But this moon cycle is not a time for relationship healing. We are in Mercury retrograde. That's never a good time for it, really. So what you can do during this time, right? It might be challenging, but remember, challenge is not bad. Challenge is good because it creates an opportunity for self-growth and development. So what you can do while you're being challenged is make notes. Make notes, journal on your experiences. When are you getting frustrated? When is communication failing? And then take notes on the energy exchange and reciprocity in your relationships. Because when love needs a tactile dimension, that means who's paying the rent? Who is providing the food? Who's doing the cooking, the cleaning? Are you getting touches the way you need? We have different needs in relationships. People have different strengths and weaknesses they can leverage. So examine specifically what you need by what you feel that is not being reciprocated to you for what you are giving. And don't bring this up right away with your loved ones and partners, because you need time to analyze that information, to kind of detach from maybe all the emotions that Pisces and the water elements are stirring up, to logically consider it later. So journal on what type of love you need and what you need physically, tangibly in your relationships. Mercury will move out of Aquarius and back to Pisces on the 16th. But that doesn't mean that's the end of Mercury retrograde. Actually, Mercury goes direct again on the full moon, which is March 9th, and it's in Virgo. The full moon's gonna be chaotic, guys. Even though Mercury goes direct, the moon is going to be opposite two planets, which is super tense while emotions are high. So all I could say for that is keep your calm. Really don't get all thrown out of whack around the full moon. Not everything that happens is a huge deal, right? Things are passing and this energy will pass. So keep your calm, focus on your breath, and return to your journaling and looking at all of those experiences from earlier in the month. Look at them, because now after Mercury goes direct, after the full moon, you can synthesize useful information to communicate about what you've experienced. Because you don't want to speak specifically about your emotions, you want to speak about the reality you share with another person and with your loved ones. So from the 9th to the 16th is really this phase, March 9th to March 16th, is a phase to analyze and synthesize the information from retrograde. And on the 16th, Mercury will go back in Pisces. Things will be moving forward again, and that is great and something to look forward to. And last thing to know is then on the 21st, Saturn, like I said, will move into Aquarius. And that will get us being more social again. Aquarius is an air sign, so to have this social planet move from an earth sign to an air sign, very different densities, means that socially, people will just be moving more engaged. It'll be kind of more fun. On the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, which is the end of this moon cycle, right before the beginning of the new one, we have just a tremendous amount of good, pleasant energy in the air. The moon will go through 2 different conjunctions during that time and 8 different sextiles. These are both words to describe planetary aspects that are easy flow, meaning that the planets really can communicate with each other effortlessly, gracefully, and you can then enjoy the combination of those planets. So plan something fun for the end of this moon cycle. Have a plan to reward yourself for putting in the work of doing meditation, prayer, or sleep, and not succumbing to the lustful desires to drink or take drugs and just avoid doing any of the work. Put the work in and reward yourself at the end of the moon cycle. The work being that journalizing and analyzing and looking at emotions from a logical perspective. Because once you do that, that is the work to communicate to your partners, to your loved ones, what you need in this reality and how you can better create a space where you are happy, the people you love are happy and healthier. Okay, just to sum it up again, throat chakra, Mercury retrograde, challenging. Expect that. Higher chakras are going to be our escape from the harshness of this reality, and it is your job to do the work, focus on yourself, take notes, about how you're experiencing challenges so that you can communicate it later. Great. I hope you use this information to create intentions for the new moon cycle so that you can stay focused and committed to creating the best reality for yourself. Namaste.